This is my 2-year dirt bike wheelie progression from start to finish. 2 days after I got my bike, I got straight to work. I immediately started trying to learn how to wheelie. At this point, I was only doing power wheelies. I didn't know how to pop the clutch yet, so I was just in second gear doing power wheelies, trying to get used to it. I took a short break, and about a week later I got right back to it. At this point, I started trying to learn with my foot down because a lot of people said it would be easier this way, but for me personally, this was actually a lot harder than learning with both feet on the bike. So I just went back to keeping both feet on, and by the end of the day I was getting my wheelies a lot higher than I was before. 1 month in, I started to get really impatient, and you can tell I was chasing my wheelies a lot here. I had just learned how to pop the clutch and I was starting to get used to it, but I was so focused on riding far and going long with the wheelie that I wasn't focused enough on dropping back, and I just was chasing. Not only is this really dangerous, but it also doesn't help you learn at all because you need to have control when you're doing wheelies. You need to be able to drop back, cruise, coast, and just ride the brake really smooth, and that is the exact opposite of what I was doing here. 2 months in, I got really comfortable on the bike. At this point, I was consistent with popping the clutch. I understood how it worked and I was really used to it. At this point, my biggest issue was still dropping back. I could not drop back for whatever reason. I just couldn't wrap my head around how to do it. I think it was just that I was scared to go any further back because anytime I would hit balance point, it immediately felt like I was just gonna fall back, and I knew I had brake control and I knew it was good enough to keep me from falling back, but I didn't want to push myself to learn any faster than I was comfortable learning because I didn't want to end up panicking, taking my foot off the brake, and then crashing and just turning a fun experience into something really bad for myself. So I just kept learning at a pace that I thought that was good for me and continued to ride it out at balance point until I finally started trying to scrape.
Oh, you're right there.
When I woke up that morning and told Isaac that I was gonna scrape my bike, I hadn't even been able to drop back at that point yet. I just figured that learning how to scrape would be the best way to learn how to drop back because it would force me to keep going further and further back until I heard my fender scrape, and I turned out to be right. Not only did I learn how to drop back, but I also learned how to scrape that same day. A month after that, 4 months into learning how to wheelie, I finally started trying stand-up wheelies. Some people might say it was a little bit early in my wheelie career to start trying these, and I would agree with you, but for some reason, I woke up thinking it would be a good idea, tried it, and it ended up working out great. About a week after this, I tried to stand up foot drag, and that became the first time that I would ever crash while trying to learn how to wheelie. About a week after that, I decided that the next step in my wheelie career was learning how to turn, and at this point I hadn't even started trying it yet. So I got straight to work, found a nice little turn, and immediately started trying to learn how to turn corners. This actually didn't take as long as I thought it would, and it ended up only being a 3.5 minute video that I uploaded to my channel learning how to do these. It actually is way easier than you guys might think. Once you learn how to drop back and you got a little bit of control, turning is really easy. About a week after that, I finally decided how to learn how to shift in a wheelie. At this point, I couldn't shift up or down in a wheelie, but I was starting to chase them a little bit. When I was riding them for real long, I needed to learn how to shift up, and I was dropping back a lot since I had learned how to scrape, so I needed to also learn how to shift down. At this point, that's when I started trying to do that, and this was really easy as well. It's just dry shifting. I never use clutch while shifting in a wheelie. It's just smooth up or down, boom, and we in there. Fast forward about 6 or 7 months, 1 year into my wheelie career. At this point, I finally got a chance to start trying to learn how to wheelie a 2-stroke. Shout out to my boy Corey. He had a Sierra 125 at the time, and as soon as he got it, he called me up. He said, "Yo, Kai, come learn how to wheelie on this John. I know you ain't been on the 2-stroke yet." And so I did exactly that. I got on the 125 and I started trying to learn how to wheelie it. I didn't understand how to pop the clutch on the 2-stroke, so it was really weird to me, and it took a while to get used to, but once I did get used to it, I eventually got hella nice on the 2-smokes. About a month later, almost on the dot, Isaac got his gas MC 125 2-stroke, and I had to put myself to the test, guys. I had already scraped on a 4-stroke, and everybody told me, hey, that's easy. We got to see you do it on a 2-stroke. So I took myself up to the challenge, and I tried to scrape on that 2-stroke, and I did it. I will admit it most definitely was harder than doing it on a 4-stroke, at least at first. Once you get used to it, I personally think 2-strokes are a lot easier to drop back and coast on once you know how to do it, but they are harder to learn on, and it did take a little bit longer for me to do it on the 2-stroke than it did on a 4-stroke. I still got it within the same day that I decided to try it, but it took about an extra hour longer than it did on the 250. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't get to a point where I really seriously wanted to quit and just pack it up and go home, but I stayed out there. Isaac told me, no, we not going home until you scrape that bike. We stayed out there, and we did not go nowhere until I scraped that bike.
Yeah! Oh, the fucking God! Okay, yeah! That's all they cut off.
And I bent that shit up.
Okay, my fan.
Suck my dick, nigga. Everybody that told me, oh, do it on a 2-stroke. Here's my dick. Here it is. Suck it, nigga. I'm sick. I can't even be doing all this fucking yelling, y'all. I got COVID and I'm doing this shit. Where y'all niggas at?
Alright, 6 feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now fast forward another couple of weeks, I really wanted to learn no hands. I don't know what it was. I saw an Instagram video, I seen some bull doing no hand, and I was like, damn, I gotta learn them joints. So I obviously had to go out and learn one hands first. So I took it upon myself to take it out to the lot and try to start learning some one hands. Right there, I almost busted my ass. That shit could have been real bad, but luckily I saved it. Now one hands also ended up coming to me pretty quickly. These didn't take that long to learn. I just was at the lot for maybe an hour and a half, something like that. I was taking my hand off right away. I just had to lock my foot under the shifter, hold it up, and that makes it easy to hold yourself up. You don't gotta worry about falling back off the bike. And believe it or not, my second time ever falling while trying to learn how to wheelie ended up being trying to learn no hands. And another big jump here, but fast forward about 7-ish months, and we're 2 years deep now. I decided, hey, it's been a long ass time, a long journey, learning how to wheelie, and I still ain't done a combo yet. I started off actually trying to learn this combo on the 2-stroke. I was doing it on a 125, but I realized it was going to be a lot more difficult and a lot more dangerous trying to do it for the first time on the 2-stroke. So I swapped it out for the 250, got right back to it, and started trying to learn the combo. And to my surprise again, this honestly didn't take that long either. I think this took less time than trying to scrape the 2-stroke. And here it is, after 2 years of riding consistently and lots of hard work, finally landed my first ever combo. I was super excited, but little did I know at the time that things were about to take a very unexpected turn for the worse. But I did not have fun flying through the air and rolling around the track. For the few of you that did know I broke my leg, a lot of you guys thought I broke my leg doing wheelies. That's not the case. After that point where I learned that combo, I went to the track for the first time and I started to go a lot. It was going well all the way up until the last time that I went. I made a super ignorant mistake. I knew I wasn't going fast enough to make it over this jump, and I was lazy. Instead of pulling off the track and going back around to try to hit it again like I had been doing all day before that, I decided to just try to sit into it and clear the jump anyway. Did not work out. I got cross-rutted, thrown sideways off the jump, landed on top of it, got thrown off the bike, stuck my leg out, landed on it, snapped it. I ended up having to get airlifted to the hospital. It was a really bad situation. I had to go in for emergency surgery that same night. I still haven't fully recovered yet, but I do still have my leg, which is a blessing. The break was right next to a major artery, so I could have lost my leg, but I didn't. I'm back, I'm walking. I've been back on a bike since then, but I'm just still not 100% yet, but I'm good. I'm getting there. Everyone comment down below how your wheelie journey has gone, how long it took you to progress, and where you're at now. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.